the long-term plan 2018-28 report, and you'll see in front of you that there are a significant number of recommendations that we need to go through, and there are a number of resolutions that we have to deal with first. The first will relate to receiving the information that's contained and referred to in the staff report, including all of the documents that are attached to it. We will be noting the recommendations of the Council's Audit and Risk Management Committee, and I'll be asking the Deputy Chair of the Audit and Risk Management Committee to speak to that. And then we need confirmation of the authority of myself and the Chief Executive to sign the letter of representation to Audit New Zealand, and I'll be inviting representatives of Audit New Zealand to speak to that, speak to the report. So rather than speak generally to the report, I'll save that for when we have the debate. So I think I'll start off with formally moving the recommendations 1, 2 and 3, that we receive the information, that we note the recommendations of the Audit and Risk Management Committee and confirm the authority to sign the letter of representation, seconded by Andrew. And I'd like to begin. I just want to check with staff whether there is anything that you wanted to provide us by way of information just in relation to these three matters. If not, I'll refer to Raf Manji and ask him to speak to the Audit and Risk Management Committee report.
Thanks, Carleen. Just as flagged in the sorry, thanks.
I've been promoted.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm the Chief Executive now.
Apologies. Thanks, Leanne. As flagged in the informal, there have been a number of minor changes to the consultation document, and those changes are flagged and highlighted in the document that's in the big tin can. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, over to you, Raf.
Yeah, thank you. So the Audit and Risk Committee is charged with approving the process for the development of the long-term plan, the draft, which includes the draft consultation document, the financial strategy and the infrastructure strategy. So we have reviewed that in process terms. We don't discuss or comment on the content. We're just there to make sure that staff have followed the appropriate process and that all the plans do what they say they're going to do. So we have done that work. We've reviewed the draft financial strategy. We've reviewed the draft infrastructure strategy and the draft consultation document, and we're happy that the appropriate process has been followed there and that they all link together and do what they say they're supposed to do. So we're happy to advise the council that they can adopt that underlying information, obviously subject to the Auditor General's report, which we have received, and we're happy with that. We note that the preparation of the information has been supported by the appropriate management sign-offs and has followed the required process under the Local Government Act, and therefore recommend that the Council adopts the draft financial strategy, infrastructure strategy and the draft consultation document with minor amendments allowed to the GM of Finance and Commercial. So a relatively straightforward process this year in terms of that process, and so the Audit and Risk Committee is happy to sign off now to the Council to approve the draft LTP, subject to amendments on the day and subject to the Auditor General's report, which will be presented a little bit later.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions arising from the report from the Audit and Risk Management Committee? No? We'll move on. And thank you, Raf. And so the next one is the confirmation of the authority of the Mayor and Chief Executive to sign the letter of representation. Could I invite... oh, God, my brain's... Sorry, I'm just concentrating on three things at once. Here's his name. Sorry, I'm having difficulty.
Liam, were you about to buy Audit New Zealand?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So Andy Burns and Andrew Timlin.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm suffering from quake brain today. Sorry.
Good morning, everybody. There's not a lot more for me to say. That I had a conversation with the Audit Risk Management Committee last week just to confirm the audit is now complete, and we are happy to issue an unmodified opinion on your consultation document. That basically means that we've looked at the underlying supporting information that supports the document and are comfortable that it's consistent with what's reported. The key issues in the CD are what we would expect to see from the underlying information, and we're happy that that consultation document complies with various statutory requirements. So when you adopt the consultation document today, you adopt it with a clean audit opinion, and that's probably, Your Worship, as much as I should say, I think.
It's the first one we've had for a while. So thank you very much. Okay. Has anyone got any questions? Yes, Ray.
Not a question, just a comment really, just to thank Audit New Zealand for their work around this, and also I should have before to thank the Audit and Risk Committee, especially our independent chair Sue Sheldon, for the work they've done around this. Is quite a lot of work for them to do, so thank you.
Yes, no, I'll reiterate that. Thank you very much. It's a very tricky job. It's a tough job to go through such an extensive process as this, and we really appreciate the way that your team has worked so well with council staff. And thank you. All right. So I'll put those first three resolutions. This is all. They haven't been. I should have included them. Okay, so those are the three resolutions. We're simply receiving the information, noting the recommendations, and confirming the authority to sign the letter of representation. So I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you. The second, the next recommendation that we will deal with, although as I've advised you, it requires 75% approval for this to carry, but it's a temporary suspension of standing orders to enable members to speak more than once. It removes the limits on the number of speakers and the general procedure for speaking and moving motions, foreshadowed amendments and lost amendments. So to set those aside, moved by Glenn Livingston, seconded by Tim Scandrett. I shall put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. I was expecting at least one no. That's carried. Thank you. So the next one is adopts the information that provides the basis for the council's draft and relied on by the content of it to be adopted by council. So I'm just working out where the amendments fit. Are they further on, or where do we? Yeah, they go. Just go on.
Can I just assist? If you go over the page, you'll see where you explain that before the council can adopt the consultation document, must first adopt the information that provides the basis for the information in the consultation document, and then you invite any people, any members who might want to make amendments, move amendments.
Okay, so that's the all right. Well, Ian has just explained what I should have explained, which was that before we can adopt the consultation document, we must first adopt the information that provides the basis for the council's draft 2018-28 long-term plan and relied on by the content of the consultation document. And so at this point we open up the matter for discussion, any relevant amendments that may be moved. I do actually have an amendment, and I'm still working on the detail of it, and there are a couple of others who are in the same position. So I'm just going to adjourn the meeting just for the next 15 minutes, and so we'll reconvene at 9:48, 10:05. At 10:05, so that's time for people to go and get a coffee if they want to and bring it back. But I just want to adjourn the meeting so that we can get the wording of the amendments agreed. My one involves an amendment to one of the questions to be asked in the consultation document. So I just want to get the wording of that crystal clear. I do want to kind of signal it to the audit office because they won't know about it, but I don't think that there will be a problem with it. And just to tidy up, I know that Yanni's got an amendment in relation to level of service, and Sarah's got an amendment in relation to some advice that is required before the LTP is signed off. So we'll just get the wording finalised. So if people could be back here at 10:05. Thank you.